What's up guys, welcome to episode number 26 of the Noob F1 2019 career mode. This time from the Azerbaijan Grand Prix at the Baku circuit. It should be an exciting race. So we'll go through and quickly check our messages, and the two upgrades that we asked for have gone on the car. So we're going to go and check out the R&D tree to watch them go onto the car. And as you see, we've got three more minor upgrades over on the chassis side of things, which we're probably going to look at getting two of them on the car for qualifying. Oh, for the next round, sorry. So speaking of qualifying, let's get into it. Qualifying from the Baku Grand Prix.
The circuit has rubbed in with practice, but this is still going to be a difficult session for our drivers as they fight for pole position. Welcome to qualifying here in Azerbaijan. This is the kind of track that eats rear tyres for breakfast, or so I'm told by more experienced drivers than myself.
Lots of low-speed exits means the rears are in for a lot of punishment. It's all too easy to spin them up coming out of a corner too aggressively. It might look great for us as spectators, as we love to see a car driven beyond its limits, but it's not going to result in a great long-run pace.
Alright, so going on to qualifying one here for the Baku Grand Prix. And something that I actually haven't mentioned yet is that we're actually a bit down on engine power at the moment. So, yeah, we're not going to have the best of runs here in qualifying one. See, we are trying to push as hard as we can, still trying to get whatever we can out of the car. We go purple to the first sector, that's because no one's laid down a lap yet. As we come up to the hardest section on the track, which is the castle section. It's not hard because of technicality, it's hard because that area right there, go 2x2 through there, you're going to have a crash. We come into the final sector now, which is pretty much just this final straightaway. Things are looking pretty alright for us at the moment. Waver has the top time at the moment. We come into the TRS zone here. Across the line, and it's a provisional pole. So as you can see, we're also going to go through and we're going to change some engine components.
So far,
we're just going to go the full
fastest
hog.
lap
We're
is
not going
a
to just spread this out. We're going to go for
1:14.2.
a new everything. And we're just going to take the penalties all in one hit. Because why not? So you see we've got 78 minutes of repair time. So that's going to take us well through into Q2. So even if we do make it into Q2, we are not going to advance from there on. We did qualify 5th. In the first qualifying session here. Valtteri Bottas in 7th, and Lewis Hamilton got 4th there, Lucas Weber 2nd. We'll scroll down, we'll see Devin Butler made it through Q2, or through to Q2. And we'll scroll down a little bit further, George Russell out of Q1. We see the results here from qualifying, and we lose a little bit there between our rivals, and we lose a bit of respect of all the teams
It's not quite
as well.
where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up, it's not the end of the world.
So we're going to go and quickly check the message here before we go into the race. Now it's time to head to the race for the Baku Grand Prix.
And a warm welcome to you from Azadlik Square, heart of Baku and home, of course, to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With high speeds, tight corners and few run-off zones, many are expecting a safety car here today, so our drivers will have to stay very much on their toes and hopefully away from the barriers. Joining me for the Grand Prix once again is Anthony Davidson. They're still relatively new to a sport which does have a high learning curve and, of course, little tolerance for mistakes.
That's right, it is a difficult environment to come into. In junior categories, you're competing against drivers with similar levels of experience. But some of these guys in Formula 1 have been there for over a decade. But I have to say, in this case, it's so far so good.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hülkenberg, Perez, Pierre Gasly, and Giovinazzi, Weber, Verstappen, Raikkonen, and Sebastian Vettel, Leclerc, Sainz, Kevin Magnussen, and Butler, and Mercedes, Norris, Daniel Ricciardo, and George Russell. Stroll and Alexander Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So as you can see there, even with the penalties, we're only going to be starting in 15th, which is where we would have been if we didn't put down a time in Q2.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
So now we can see the strategy. We're going to change the strategy up. We're going to start on the medium tyre and go to the soft tyre to end the race. We're going to bring the pit stop back a little bit so we can have the fastest average time. So now it's time to head into the grid for the Baku Grand Prix. The revs are rising, we go 5 red lights, and we're off and away here for the Baku Grand Prix in Azerbaijan. And we go centered around the outside of just about everyone there. Up on the inside of the stack here, battling out for what is 9th position. So we gained 6 positions just off the start alone. Now we're chasing on the tail of Raikkonen, hoping that he can make a mistake anywhere.
That's a good start. Keep it up.
We have a little bit of contact there with Raikkonen, which pushes us to a corner cut as well as we head towards the castle section here. It's definitely going to make things very interesting as we go on with the race. Defending pretty hard now from Max Verstappen. He was absolutely hounding us just a second ago. It looks like we've started to drop him a little bit, catch up to Raikkonen a bit. Let's see if we can get a move on Raikkonen done here into turn 1. We're right up on his tail. Get the move done around the outside and we hold on to it to take the 8th position. Now some people have started to pit, which is why we're in 7th. And now we make it 6th position as we go around the outside of Giovinazzi. And we move on to lap 4 and Leclerc is behind us and he's looking strong. He's going to have DRS on us as he's going to pull to our inside. And he gets the move made to turn 1. We try and swap him back straight away.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the song.
Get it. Go on to the next lap again. Leclerc going for it again.
You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up.
This time he's just too strong for us. We can't get him back. Until a little bit later in that lap. Go around the outside of him, squeeze him down to the inside. I'm pretty sure he might have hit the inside wall there. I'm going to go and check the replay camera. And yep, he has indeed hit the inside wall. We'll move on to lap 7, and this is going to be our in-lap. As we made our way all the way up to P2 here for this section of the race. Looks like Pierre Gasly is in at the same time as us.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
And we'll move on to the end of lap 8. You can see we're right behind Devon Butler. Devon's definitely not one that we want to lose to. So we're just sitting behind him for this small chicane section. We go up on his right side and we get the position made before we're anywhere near the DRS zone.
Great manoeuvre. You made it look easy.
DRS detection zone, which means that he's going to come back at us with DRS.
Gap to teammate ahead is 10.3 seconds.
But we still hold on strong to the position. Let's see, just in front of us we've got Gasly and Perez.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
I think Perez should not be too hard. Gasly might be a little bit of a struggle. But we're going to take it 3 wide and go extreme inside of both of them. Lock up on the front left wheel, but we do get the double
2
overtake made.
seconds.
That
They're
brings
on
us
fresh
up to
mediums.
fifth.
The time last lap
And
was
it's
a
fourth by
1
the time
minute
someone else goes into pits.
43.2.
And George Russell is out of the race on lap 12. You see, he's just going there slowly. There doesn't appear to be any smoke, so it's something electrical or hydraulic.
Green flag.
And we move on to lap 12 now. We get a green flag warning, which means that there's a yellow flag behind us. It looks like Perez. Yep, something's
This
going
is
on
your
with his
final
car.
lap,
You can see
final
the
lap of the race.
Red Bull behind him catching up. And that's promoted us up to the 4th position now. We do also have the fastest lap of the race, but we're going to lose out to Lucas Weber here. Tyres are towards the end of
Less
their
than a
line.
lap of fuel now.
We haven't
Tank
been
is
really
empty.
looking after them. We've been pushing pretty hard. Going to the castle section for the final time. A little bit of contact with the inside wall there, severely damaging our wing. But lucky for us, it's going to be an easy finish here. We come up to the end of the race here. Across the line, and that is going to be the end of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Great work from the Haas team. They take a famous win here today. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Haas are no doubt happy with today's performance, having secured the win this weekend. And our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations as we speak. Let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Despite the best efforts of our championship leader, that lead has taken a bit of a knock today. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Well, I'm going to have to give it to the Mercedes driver. There was a lot going on all down the field, but they were the only one who I really felt maximised their potential.
Let's move on to the constructors. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Alfa Romeo, whose good result moves them further up the championship. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's
Bottas
next.
is in front of us as well. Lucas Weber getting third. Myself in fourth. We'll scroll down a little bit here. We can see Devin Butler in 13th. And George Russell all the way down in 20th. We'll have a look at the standings. We're still on top. Lewis Hamilton still P2. Bottas still third. And Lucas Weber has made his way up to fourth. We're going to go and check the constructors real quick. And it looks like Alfa Romeo have overtaken Ferrari as fourth position. And the dominant Ferrari-powered car. So now we're going to go and check the resource point update here and the rivalry updates. And we're still leading the rivalries, which is a good thing. And it looks like we're probably close enough that we could maybe beat both rivals in the next race. But we did get the team goal for this race, 600 bonus points. We can gain the reputation back with our own team, but we lost a lot of reputation with the other teams as well. Time to go and check out the R&D tree now to see what upgrades we're going to do to the car. We got just over 2,000 R&D points to play with, so we're definitely going to have to put both of these chassis upgrades onto the car. We do have that ultimate upgrade there just looming, so we're definitely going to have to look at saving some points up for that as well. And we might also have to look at doing a durability upgrade here as well. It's definitely going to be a tough one from here on to see where we go with the R&D tree. But for now, guys, that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for coming out. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. As per usual, we're going to leave you with the highlights package as provided by F1 2019. And until the next episode, I'll see you guys next time.